Given the ever-changing market conditions due to COVID-19 and the renewed fluctuating regional restrictions, what will your guests expect post-lockdown? Let me give you a few ideas. Welcome to another edition of Hospitality Property School. I am your instructor, Jerry McPherson. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. And make sure to hit the little bell so you'll be informed when I upload a new video. You won't want to miss anything I designed especially for you. When faced with the challenge of preparing to reopen a hospitality property in an uncertain environment, it can be difficult to know where to start. Where will potential guests travel from? What will they want from their stay? What can be done to increase demand? Tailoring to post-lockdown guests. Part of a reopening strategy should include understanding who your post-lockdown guests are likely to be and what stay experience they are pursuing. With ongoing international travel restrictions in place and public concerns about safety of air travel, hospitality properties will likely see guests arriving from driving rather than flying. Given corporate travel is pretty much at a standstill, properties should anticipate that the domestic leisure market will be the key focus for the foreseeable future. Local leisure guests who may travel as families will understandably be cautious of putting themselves in an unnecessary risk after social isolation measures are eased, and as such properties need to provide services that make them feel secure and safe from a public health standpoint. If applicable, hospitality properties should review their dining offerings to provide flexible options which allow for guests to enjoy meals in their rooms. This could include facilitating in-room meal deliveries from outside providers and provide a boxed breakfast doorstep delivery instead of the traditional buffet. Guests will likely be more conscious of limiting interactions in common areas and will want to move through these areas quickly with minimal contact. Properties should provide either virtual, kiosk, or contactless check-in procedures and be properly staffed to handle front desk needs quickly, avoid lines, and overcrowding. Cleaning and hygiene procedures are now at the top of the list as a desirable service for guests. Where once making cleaning shifts visible throughout the day was avoided by many properties, it should now be encouraged to increase the frequency of cleaning and make this visible to guests seeking reinsurance for their own safety. Hand sanitizers should continue to be made obviously available at all guest contact points within rooms and in toiletry kits. For up-end or larger scale properties, boosted sanitation protocols could extend to sectioning off part of your property where not only enhanced cleaning measures are practiced, but where only guests and staff who have undergone on-site COVID-19 tests are permitted access. Your communal use areas like fitness rooms should set capacity limitations and give guests the opportunity to reserve equipment with a thorough cleaning conducted between each use. Continue reading and I'll share additional ways you can make your guests more comfortable to book and stay with you post-lockdown. Recognizing a post-lockdown recovery. Allowing that travel restrictions will likely be a key factor in future guest demand, observing any changes to the guidelines from the World Health Organization, local infection control, and government bodies is essential. It goes without saying that the loosening or tightening of travel restrictions will deeply impact a hospitality property's ability to attract guests in the future. To aid with the recovery efforts, properties should carefully monitor growth in their business by segment as well as the geographic source by setting benchmarks to better understand if guest demand is returning and at what volume. Identifying noteworthy forecasts for future months, plus understanding which segments are responsible for the upswing, will help you accurately identify and target potential business. Daily analysis of booking trends and patterns is important. Government announcements are driving quick surges in demand with short lead time bookings and cancellations. Forecasting these scenarios and strategically planning a revenue response is and will continue to be a significant contributor to a hotel, resort, inn, or bed and breakfast success. Tactics for increasing demand. As regions prepare to reopen, individual properties should review not only government travel guidance and market conditions, but also your competitors. The change in business mix and segmentation means your competitor set has changed and your product, guest experience, and price positioning needs to be reevaluated. To accurately assess competitor pricing activity, you need to study their historical and current pricing to establish if your property matches up in price points. In some situations, you could have a far superior product at a price point similar to a competitor's basic room, and adjusting pricing accordingly could help you grow demand and steal share. Hospitality properties can expect large uncertainty during the transition period as lockdown restrictions end. Customers will need more flexibility in case the situation changes again, and some might be fearful of committing to advance booking with inflexible terms. Properties that offer and promote greater booking flexibility will be more likely to obtain bookings in uncertain times. Customers who booked higher-priced accommodations, such as suites, are generally less price sensitive, but that does not mean it'll still be the case in the future. You have to be aware that it may be harder to achieve the same room category premiums, so consideration must be given to your strategy when it comes to inventory sharing or how to upgrade guests within your property. Many airlines are operating with low passenger numbers and are offering upgrades for all passengers. This approach provides a great experience and promotes loyalty, which could be fostered in a low-demand market. Flexibility in pricing, restrictions, and inventory management is likely to extend past this transitional recovery period. For example, if there's not enough demand for premium room types, but there is an excess demand for standard rooms, it may be wise to overbook the standard rooms and provide complimentary upgrades to normally higher-priced rooms. Understanding demand by room type and analyzing this combination with improving total hospitality property performance by using what-if modeling will enable property owners and managers to make informed, data-based decisions. Is this making sense so far? Let me know in the comments. Fortify a profitable business. Reviewing the significance of existing pricing in the total post-lockdown new normal and using data to make thoughtful pricing decisions that support short and long-term strategies is crucial now more than ever. An automated review management system, or RMS, enables properties to price competitively and confidently under any circumstances, including at times of exceptionally low demand. While profits will take time to recover, the best opportunity to generate revenue effectively is to ensure the seizure of the right business at the right price. In such circumstances, hospitality properties should use an RMS, which evaluates future pace, price sensitivity, unrestricted demand, and even prices room by type and market segment to ensure they drive the most profitable business to their property. Being nimble in a fluctuating market. In times of uncertainty, it is difficult to predict a specific outcome. There will be plenty of time for historical review, but now is the time to purposely plan, copy, and prepare where you can, and to ensure your guests, employees, and businesses are well protected in all aspects. An agile approach to evolving market conditions and the ability to adapt to changing guest needs and business conditions will certainly help properties navigate a successful reopening. If you're a member of the Hospitality Property School group, you will have access to the actionable workshop section where in the post-COVID mini course, I go into more detail with 11 ways you can optimize your property's design to prevent the spread of communicable diseases. This will include personal hygiene at restaurants, devising an energy flow, interior fabrics, common area social distancing, floor markings, tableware, go contactless, hand sanitizer stations, elevators, near field communication, or NFC, security checkpoints. In conclusion, the funny thing about creativity and innovation, it doesn't usually happen unless you change the way you've been working. Sometimes that means stopping and not working on the problem. Sometimes it means throwing out assumptions. Sometimes it means redefining the problem. And sometimes it means you need to change the way people are working on the problem. Given the ever-changing market conditions due to COVID-19 post-lockdown, you have to be flexible and willing to change, and the guidelines we shared will help you get started. Are you currently making changes to make your guests more comfortable post-lockdown? Let me know in the comments section. You'll have access to this episode for the next 6 weeks, and then it's gone, locked away in the vault for the Hospitality Property School Group members only. To see all that valuable information you would receive as a member of the Hospitality Property School Group, check out the short video in the episode post show notes. In the next episode, I will talk about your facility and cleanliness. That's it for today's episode. Until next time, have a fun day. Make sure, if you haven't done so yet, to sign up for Insider Tips. You can find the link in the show notes.